everybody, I hope you're okay. It's Friday again, can you believe it? This week has absolutely flown by. So yeah, today is going to be video 2 talking about diddles. I'd suggest before you go through video 2, make sure you go through video 1. That's kind of like a good introduction as to what diddles can mean. There's a really good warm-up exercise where we're adding in a diddle as semi-quavers and turning them into demi-semi-quavers. So yeah, first things first, probably go through video 1. All we're going to need today is we're just going to be on the practice pad. Again, you can pretty much get away with doing this on your knees or your hands if you need to. Ideally, practice pad, snare drum, grab your sticks, and when you're ready, go through video 1, and then I'll see you for video 2. Okay, so first of all, what are diddles? In this context, all their meaning is that we're doubling up a note value. So, for example, semi-quavers will become a demi-semi-quaver, or if you like, a 16th note becomes a 32nd note. Now, what we're doing, and again, if you watch video 1 of this, what we're basically doing is taking single sticking, right, left, and wherever we place that diddle, we double that note using a double sticking. So for example, if you put it on the first note, that becomes, if you put it on the second note, it's the third, and the fourth one being, okay? And there's a really good exercise where we then combine all of that together. Now, today we're going to sort of progress a little bit further on from that, and we're going to place more than one diddle within those 4 semi-quavers. Okay, so again, there will be in the comments and in the information about the video, there will be all the sticking patterns and everything, but just so you know, we're going to now put them on the first and the second, the first and the third, then the first and the fourth, then we put it on the second and the third, the second and the fourth, and finally we then put it on the third and the fourth. Okay, so there's 6 different variations in total. So the first and the second, I'll do this really slowly, we're going, okay? So the sticking is right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now again, if you think a normal semi-quaver is that then becomes 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and okay, you can play along with this one. Right, left, right, left. And so there's 6 of these, so we're going to whiz through them quite quickly. We then put it on the first and then the third, so actually they both land on the right hand, so it becomes right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, 1 E and 2 E. These are really slow at the moment, but speed isn't everything right now. We just need to learn the pattern. Okay, and then the first and the fourth, this is one of the hardest ones, so it goes right, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1 E and 2 E and right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, the fourth one is on the second and the third, so this becomes right, left, right, left. Fifth one is the second and the fourth, so these are all on the left hand, so it's right, left, right, left, right, left, 1 E and 2 E and sixth and final one is on the third and the fourth. Okay, so it's right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, 4. Good. And again, once you've gone through those as individual exercises, put a metronome on. Sort of, you could start off 50 if you need to, go through these slowly. If this is your first time doing them, you could go 60, 70, go up by 10 BPM at a time as you usually would. And this is just an example at 60 BPM. So semi-quaver count, 1 E and 2 E and. Okay, so starting with number 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 bars of that. Then you move on. Then 2 bars of that. Number 3. Next one. And the next. 2 bars. And then 6. 2 bars. Okay, and then obviously you'd repeat that round again. Now when you find that you go from number 6 back to number 1, you will find that the diddle will go from the end to the beginning. So you sort of end up with this. This is from 6. I'll do 2 bars. And then when you switch, you sort of have that. Okay, again the notation will help with that. So that is adding in 2 diddles. Now we can even take that one step further and add in 3 diddles. There isn't as many, so we just looked at 6 different placements of them. When you go through 3s, there's actually only 4 placements, so it's not as bad. And actually one way to look at this is more similar to number 1, video lesson number 1, where we added in the diddle on the 1, the 2, the 3 and the 4th subdivision. Instead we're going to kind of flip that around and we're going to diddle every note apart from the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd and the 4th. Again, the notation is down below, so hopefully that'll make a bit more sense. But really slowly, putting it on the 1st, 2nd, let me start that again, oh my word, I'm going to have tea. Tea helps everything. Let's try that again. So what we'll do is, going through 3 diddles, we're going to put them on the 2nd, the 3rd and the 4th to begin with. So we end up with E and 2, E and 3, E and. Then we put it on the 1st, the 3rd and the 4th, so you end up with. And then you put it on the 1st, the 2nd and the 4th, so we have. And then finally we put it on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, but not the 4th. Okay, and again, like before, we're going to do a couple of bars, and we're just going to go from number 1 to number 2 to number 3 to number 4. Again at 60 BPM, the count being 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and. Here we go. So you have second bar. and then again you just repeat that and practice that for as long as you can, increasing the tempo. Now what we're going to move on to next week is then applying that to the whole kit. So these become incredibly useful when it comes to kind of embellishing fill-ins and grooves. Okay, so the more that you can practice these, the better. And the key to all of these really is that you retain that single sticking vibe. So whatever you're doing, that sort of carries on. And when you add in a diddle, whether that's one diddle, two or three, that right, left sort of doesn't get affected. Yeah, hopefully you can see that I'm exaggerating now, obviously. That doesn't change. And that will become incredibly useful, as I say, when we add those to fills and grooves. So yeah, have a practice through, go through video 1, make sure you go through video 2, and I'll see you next Friday for video 3 when we'll be on the drum kit. Have a lovely week, take care, see you soon, bye.